Well, hello. It's been a hot minute since I've posted a video, and just for those who are concerned, Emma is here. She's good. She turned 10 in July. She's still every bit as lovable and perfect as she was before. And this is just an intro because I made these road trip videos. I did all the days out there, and I started to do the days back, but it just didn't work out. I was really stressed and tired, and I left sooner than I would because I went to. So this road trip you're going to watch throughout. I don't know when I'll post all the videos, but this is day one. All of them take place over 4 days, and then I was in California for about 2.5 months before I headed back to Michigan. So a lot happened even that little small time I was in California, which was mostly a lot of rain. But this was January 2019 to March 2019. And these videos are landing on the reveal of the Tesla the Tesla pickup truck tonight. So it's almost been 1 year with the Model X now. I've got a lot of different thoughts and stories about that, of course, as well. But that's not what this is. This is just an intro to say, hey, I'm sorry that these videos took me 10 months to get out, but at least they're getting out, and it's kind of cool to go back and look at something that happened in January. And to me, the most interesting thing is to see kind of that I was still in a transition with my health. I talk about a lot of health stuff even in this first day, and man, even in just 10 months, I'm different. I'm like way different, and Emma's different, but really with me, it's been kind of a crazy time since I've been back from California. Even going to California was like kind of during a transitional period, but so much has happened since then. So I'm gonna get into that more in other videos, but I just wanted to kind of preface this saying yes, these happened in January of 2018. Like the middle, like maybe January 15th or something. I don't remember. It wouldn't have been the 15th. It's my mom's birthday. It would have been like January 17th or 18th probably I left. And I arrived in California, 3 or 4 days after. So without further ado, here is the video. I hope you enjoy. It's kind of fun to watch. But like I said, man, I look at it and I see like my skin tone. And it wasn't just bad lighting or anything. My actual skin tone's not good. Like my skin isn't good, and I'm like kind of my head is like bigger. It's funny that you can stay on a path, that isn't difficult and still grow, physically look better, and then mentally feel so different at the same time. I'm gonna start ranting. So without further ado, for real this time. Enjoy it. It's way longer than it probably should be, but I promise you it's got some cool information. I do my typical on some other videos. I told you I was gonna rant. On some of my other videos, it was really made clear that they kind of liked more so than the actual Tesla stuff. There were two crowds. There was the Tesla crowd who just wanted to see all the Tesla stuff. Tell me about the road trip. Tell me what the supercharger looks like. Fine, cool. And then there was the other crowd who were like, I kind of like what you say, kind of give us some of that insight and give me some of that, oh yeah, there are vegan options here, and here's why you specifically picked, a certain thing to do, or why I don't like a certain thing or a certain thought. So this video is 40 something minutes, not including this intro, of me going through a bunch of those things, including the very delirious stuff at the end, where I'm sitting in this hotel room, and that's where I'm really seeing some changes. I'm just sitting there, and even in some of the later videos, as clothes start to come off, as everything's more exposed, man, like you just see how different it is. But anyway, I'll try not to do an intro on every video. Somebody's sitting up. She's sick of my crap. I think she needs to go out. But yeah, enjoy it. Accept it for what it is. That's what I do. And just know that things are better. Things are different. Things are progressing. And that's the way it should be, right? All right. Typical me. I'm always throwing the peace signs, right? So yeah, please enjoy. Please just accept it for what it is. I'm considering turning comments off, but that wouldn't be fair. Anyway, enjoy. I'm gonna shut up. Here we are. It's the day we're leaving. Me and this beauty who has been very curious about everything, because she's really keen to what's usually happening when I pack. She usually knows if she's going or not, but sometimes she's not sure if she's going to be going to boarding or the lake or anything. So just doing the final check-in, and then we're gonna do the go before we go, which for us is taking Emma to the park, and she'll run around or whatever. So we'll load up the last few things for filming. I have to grab a bag of food for Emma, and then I'm going on a road trip to California and anywhere else along the way. So stay tuned. It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a fun little road trip. And here we are in the car with Gigi, departing on our trip. Day one of this for me and Emma, this will be our longest trip together, and it'll be day one of 4 or 5 days driving across the country. Let's see what we got here. It's pretty cold out. I'm gonna take it very easy. Roads might be a little slick to start. We'll see, but this is it. We're doing this. It's official. Doors are locked, doors are closed, bags are packed. First stop will be the Maumee supercharger in Ohio. Well, first stop is Dog Park, so that Emma can go before we go. And then we hit the Maumee supercharger. I'm at maybe like 70% right now. That's more than enough to get me there. I'm gonna boost a little bit, get a little boost, and then, and then I'm off to somewhere in Indiana. We'll see what the range looks like. We'll trust it, right? We'll trust it. All right, be in touch soon on the road. All right. So, first stop, Maumee supercharger. Like I said, I'm doing a little bit of hypermiling right here to save some consumption, and the roads are garbage. So overnight here we had a little bit of rain, and then it froze, and it got warm, and then it froze again, thus creating this really bad coating of ice. I've seen a lot of cars on the sides hitting the rails and things. So because I have to drive so slow, I'm gonna hypermile a little bit to save a little of this consumption, so I can keep the heat on a little higher, and we'll go from there. But yeah, the roads are bad. I haven't had any experiences yet, keeping a close eye. But yeah, because I figured, because I've got this little bit of time to drive some slower, since I have to drive slower, I think it's a good idea to take advantage of the ability to save a little energy here. So it's a little tip, hypermiling. It doesn't, you save between 5 and 10% in my experience so far, especially at this speed. If it was a little slower, it'd be even higher. If it was faster, we'd be a little lower, right? So yeah, I'm heading into a headwind too here. The wind's coming from the south right now, and I'm driving it's really going from the southwest. So the wind is going across this way. So, yep, I'm going to see, this is saving me some energy for sure. So, alright, sign off, gotta pay attention. I am at the Maumee, Ohio supercharger. Behind me there's the Model X, and here is Emma. So vegan standpoint, I'd give this probably a 5. From a, just a regular supercharger standpoint, I guess 6.5-ish. Just because of the lack of convenience, like from a transportation standpoint. It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Looks to be 8 stalls. 2, 6. Yep, 8 stall Maumee supercharger. Yeah, so, and I'm here early in the morning, there's nothing open. There is a rental car place over there, so nothing great, nothing that special, but cool. I mean, that's, at least there's like close walking options, and there's a place to let out this girl right here. So yeah, not bad, not bad. All right, little quick additional, so yeah, 8 stall Maumee supercharger. Got a selfie stick testing it out. So Meyer's got a lot of good things. So yeah, so I'm taking a quick look around here at anything else that might be around here that's worthwhile. And you know, there is some lodging. There is a Kroger down the way a little bit too. But all these things, a Gordon Food Service, which is kind of like a discount, you know, store. Look at this girl. I brought Emma's bed this time, so I think she's pretty happy about that. But anyway, yeah, so I went and looked across the street real quick. It's crossable. Maybe not during the middle of the day so much, but it's pretty much crossable. So I think you'd be fine. So yeah, my rating stands pretty good supercharger for what it is. So yeah, pretty good. Meijer, I'm telling you. So Meijer, for those of you who don't know, Meijer is kind of like it's like Walmart, where it's kind of it's a family-run business. And there's a bunch of Tesla superchargers at Meijer. So if you're not sure where a supercharger really is, and you're going and looking for one, go to the Meijer lot first, and you know, kind of look at the outskirts. And usually, like if you're facing the store, it's to the left. A lot of times to the left. Very rarely to the right. I've discovered so far. We'll find out. Yeah, good quality supercharger. If it's icy like it is today, be really careful. There's a hill, so you'll see there's kind of a hill there. You can see people walking through it. Today it's very icy, and it was kind of slick because it's all wood chips. So just be careful. Yeah, good supercharger. There's a Wingstop. You know, there's a bunch of crap food, but there are actually some good options, like Tropical Cafe. So I usually bring a blender on trips with me. I didn't this time because I didn't bring anything other than like some snack food and some juices. Because I wanted to see what it would be like to take a road trip and see if I really could nourish myself the way I would normally nourish myself on a trip. Cool. So anyway, yeah, I'll probably cut this and make it part of my other video as well. So yeah, Maumee, Ohio supercharger. Just finished charging. Well, it just told me, hey, you've been here too long. So yeah, I'm gonna unplug and continue on. See you in a bit. All right, first GoPro update. So I am currently in Cecil, Ohio, or if you're a Detroit Tigers fan, Cecil, or Yankees or Blue Jays for that matter, Cecil, Ohio. I'm currently hypermiling behind a trailer here because it's cold. So it's 32 degrees here. What is that? 0 to 1 Celsius. And I'm in, like I said, Ohio. So it says I will arrive with 5. Oh, look at who showed up. It's the Whiskers. Yeah. So it says I'm going to show up with 5% charge, which is still pretty good. And since I started, this truck is going speed limit. So I was going at 65 because it said to stay at or under 65 to make it to my destination with enough charge. This truck thankfully is going 65. So I'm drafting on them a little bit, and it increased my range substantially already. So my projected range is now over 20 miles, what it should be. So I should arrive with even more than 5% at the Fishers, Indiana supercharger, which will be exciting. Yeah, I got Emma's bed back there. You can actually probably see it. So far, so good on this trip. So far, so good. It's been nice to have autopilot. I mean, look here, I'm barely. I mean, I'm paying attention, but thankfully, autopilot exists. It's going because I'm driving all the way to California. My first stop is in Malibu. I'm staying up in the hills there. Thankfully, this Airbnb didn't burn down in the wildfires that happened in 2018. So I have a good place to stay. It's kind of like a little off. After being in all of this and about to be just thrown into what is Southern California lifestyle, I'm going to stay up in like the hills of Malibu, and it's going to be quiet. You know, it's like kind of a quiet little area of Malibu. So yeah, I'm excited. This has gone good so far. This is my first bout with range anxiety for sure, though. Because when I first saw it, I was cruising. I was going, 70, 120-ish, 70 miles per hour, 120 kilometers. Cruising, just absolutely cruising, thinking, all right, I'm going to get this going. But then it started just like, yo, what are you doing? Because it's so cold. So, and the wind is coming at me, like I said in an earlier video. I mean, I'm heading kind of more right at the wind now. I'm kind of going south and west instead of just due south. So, what am I on? I'm on the 25, I believe it's called. Ohio Road 24. Which I think goes all the way up to Telegraph in Michigan. So anyway, yeah, so I just want to do a quick little update. I'm listening to some albums by the Ataris, because I'm going to be rolling through Indiana here, and they're Indiana bands, so I'm kind of, I go through different states. I know bands from specific states. I'm going to kind of do those. I've got a couple audiobooks I'm going to listen to. I'm going to listen to I've never read Ayn Rand's Anthem, so I'm gonna listen to that. It's very short, so I'll listen to that. I finished Robinson Crusoe. I'm almost done with it. Oh, this truck's exiting. My hypermile's gonna be gone. And see, it just kicked out. I followed the truck into the off ramp. Come on, fix that, Tesla. Anyway, so all right, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, and then I'm gonna listen to. I've got the NKJV version of the Bible. I've never read the Bible straight through. This is like a dramatized version, and it's like 90 hours worth of audio. So I'm gonna listen to lots of parts of that. I may spot certain specific books that I've always wanted to listen to. I don't know. We'll see on that one. So yeah, I've got a lot lined up to listen to and gain some knowledge. I've got the autobiography on Benjamin Franklin on audiobook I can listen to. Yeah, there's going to be a lot of knowledge on this trip. And, same anxieties. Like I said, I've already got some anxieties. So my projected range is like it's already gone up so much. Projected range is 164 right now. And I'm 136 miles away from the, so what's that, 250-ish kilometers away from the supercharger. So I'm excited. I am excited. So I'm going to stop this for now. Continue driving, listen to some more Ataris. I'm almost at the Indiana. I could stop at the Fort Wayne supercharger, and part of me wanted to just to review it. But maybe I'll stop at that on the way back. I don't know which way I'm going to take back yet. So I'm hoping I shouldn't need it. Part of this is I want to see how well the car determines and estimates range. So I don't have these anxieties that I'm currently battling. So yeah, that hypermile gave me a little bit, not much, but it gave me a few extra buffer miles. So I'm going to turn this off for now. I will shoot me crossing the Indiana border if there's something extravagant there, just so I have some, what do they call it, B-roll, some B-roll shots. So yeah, all right, be back in a bit. Oh, here we go. All right, there it is. I just made my first non-supercharger stop because of a work emergency. So, as you may know from my other videos, but if you don't, I'm basically self-employed. I mean, I own a company. I'm a web developer, amongst other things. So, made my first stop, got Emma some water. You can see, oh yeah, she's pretty. Got her some water, got her breakfast. She's a free feeder. So unless I throw something in there that she really, really wants, she won't eat it right away. But she's down there, she'll eat it when she needs to. But this gave me an opportunity to get out my big, I bought a couple of these and a bunch of small different various juices you'll see throughout my trip. This one's called Mighty Dozen. Suja, who I've talked about before, based out of, where are they based out of? Oceanside, California. Maybe I'll call them, maybe I'll go there. But this one's pretty good. It's got lots of carbs, I guess, but carbs are good. I've got the New Year's here, and a lot of people are doing keto diets. I don't condone it unless you're just like grossly obese and need to really lose that weight to help your heart. It seemed weird that you would put all that cholesterol and cholesterol raising food in your body to help your heart, but that being so grossly overweight, is way worse than, possibly eating animals to a certain degree. So, I mean, getting to a weight, but see, the problem I have I researched the keto diet. The problem I had with the keto diet was it's not sustainable. And I don't mean that from an environmental standpoint. I mean it from your longevity standpoint. You can't be on the keto diet the rest of your life. And bouncing up and down from the keto diet, unless you give your body enough time to recover and clear out all that crap you put into your arteries and everything, you're not going to really make it happen properly. And I don't know. It just doesn't. There's probably a way to be keto vegan that isn't necessarily the worst thing in the world. I believe in fasting. I fast 12 hours almost every single day. I'll stop eating roughly around 8 to 9 p.m. Except on certain special occasions. And then I have a yoga class usually either at 9 a.m. or 10 a.m. or 8:30. So from I'll fast for more than 12 hours before I'll consume any nutrient, outside of maybe water. So I essentially kind of do a little bit of ketosis. But anyway, this juice is delicious. This one's really sweet. It's got tea, it's got spirulina in it. I mean, I've talked about this on the Toledo Supercharger review. I've talked about this briefly. I've talked about this specific juice a bunch of times, but this is a really good one. I highly recommend this one. It's just because it's all natural stuff. They didn't add there is some peppermint tea in here, and there's tea. It's peppermint purified water. It's got barley grass. I mean, this is fuel. For this trip especially, I don't plan on eating anything possibly solid unless my body tells me I need it until I don't know some point in the middle of the morning at some point. So yeah, I'm chugging this a little bit, not really chugging it, so to speak, but I am sipping on it for a little bit. Also, since it's almost 10 a.m. here Eastern time, different time zones is gonna be interesting too. I got this Berry Bounty. I wanted just nuts and maybe raisins, but that wasn't an option yesterday at Whole Foods. And I like the Trader Joe's mix of ones they have with some raisins, which is really good. The problem I have with this one in particular is the dried fruit has added sugars. They added, cane sugar. So the cranberries, for example, cane sugar, sunflower oil. Why? It's just a little bit silly. But it's not even. I don't think this is even organic. So it doesn't appear to be. This was not even organic. But it was on sale. It was a good consumable, and it'll keep me full while I'm traveling. And I'll just have a handful of these every once in a while. Maybe throw Emma a couple, and not the cranberries, but a couple of the almonds. But this will keep me feeling full, and it'll be cleansing still. Outside of those sugars, sugars are bad. So is that oil. Sunflower oil is not good either. But anyway, I just wanted to check in, be like, all right, here's my breakfast for the day. I'm gonna get to the Fisher Supercharger in about an hour and 10 minutes or so, and we'll see what's around there. Maybe I'll have a more substantial lunch. Hopefully there's something kind of good vegan there for me, and then we'll move on from there. So yeah, it's a quick update. I'm in the middle of Indiana. I just made a stop. There's more snow here in Indiana than there is in Michigan, at least in southeastern Michigan right now, which is really interesting to me. And part of the reason I'm heading south, not going through the damn mountains of Colorado, is to avoid, some bad road conditions. So, all right. So I'm gonna get back to listening to the Ataris, who are a band from Indiana. I'm pretty close to Anderson, Indiana. That'll be cool. I'll be listening to the Ataris in Anderson, Indiana, which is where their lead singer Chris Rowe is from. So yeah, maybe I'll overlap it. Maybe I'll show it. But all right, yeah. So that's the quick update. Peace. We're at the Fishers, Indiana supercharger. Hi, Emma. And it's one of the new kind. So look at this. Yeah. One of the new kind. I haven't used one of these before. Battery power very low. Yeah, so range anxiety today. That's okay though. I mean, I made it with plenty of time. I didn't have to like compromise too much. So, the Fishers supercharger is interesting because it's in a parking structure. And it's, what floor is this? The third level of the parking structure, so you don't see it just out and about. It's like a really nice area though. I mean, look, take a look around. This is pretty nice. Look at all the snow. It's so weird. There's no snow in Michigan. We have all this snow here. Yeah, there's a meat market. Yeah, pretty cool. So I'm gotta do a little research, but this is not the most dog-friendly supercharger around here, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 10 stalls. 10 stalls. I'll check out the charge here in a second. But yeah, it's kind of cool. This is a pretty big structure. You shouldn't get iced here. It's got the cool like little logos. Yeah, I got the transformers. Yeah. It says reserve parking here. So yeah, pretty cool supercharger. My first noob style one, so cool. But anyway, I gotta do a little research. I gotta get Emma ready and take her down to go pee. So look at this. I mean, look at that beauty right there, right? So yeah. All right. So this parking structure where the supercharger is also has living in it. Yeah. There's a little spot here there's a little spot to take Emma. There's this plaza just outside of it to take her. So this isn't too bad. There's a little lounge there. There's the Depot Leasing Center right there. So I imagine there's other dog pee evidence here. So this is where you take the dogs. I bet this looks pretty nice when it's not snowy and covered. Another Broken Egg Cafe. I'll look in and see if they got any vegan stuff. Your wood-fired pizza. Yeah, this is a cool little section. There's flats here. So Depot, I think these are separate. There's Emma chilling on her bed like the cute girl she is. I just had lunch at Brick's wood fire oven pizza, something like that. They had vegan crust and vegan cheese. Awesome. It wasn't the great. It's like going to like a Blaze or what's the other one? Mod or Blaze. And something happened. This hat, man, people love this hat. People see this hat and they go, man, that's a cool hat. I've even seen comments like on social media, like this is literally a patch that I ironed onto this plain black hat in like 1997 or 98, and I've just kept it ever since. I've just had this. I bought this patch at Southland Mall in Taylor, Michigan for like $1, and I bought this hat for like $3 at a local Meijer, and where all these superchargers are. And I just made it work, and people love it. So anyway, I'm done charging. This is all just bonus charge right here. This Model 3. Hold up, nice red one. And way down there, down that way, there's another Model 3. It looks brand new. It's not on a charger, it's parked down there. So this was a decent supercharger. Kind of not good for pets. I mean, they had a spot, and there were bags out there in that area, and there were garbage cans. 10 stalls. As far as like nicest, it's covered like this. That's really nice. It's right by a police station. I don't know if you could sleep here. It's skateboard friendly, not in the winter. I would have loved to be able to skateboard around. It's pretty close. I mean, it's less than a half a mile, I would say, from the freeway. Let me see what it says when I hit begin trip. 2, 4, so it's a little over, a quarter mile. It's a quarter mile from the freeway, so that's good. That's good. Still keeping it a 5 for the vegan standpoint, but from I'd say 6. We'll go 6 on the supercharger standpoint. It's nice area. It's safe, like to the police station, it's covered, and that's all good. The charge is excellent. I mean, yeah, everything's good. It's got the new style, like I said. So we got a little blemish going there. The detoxing from, you know, so even though I just ate that pizza. Yep, so Emma's really happy. Emma liked this stop because she got to walk up and down some steps. So from another aspect, it's on the 3rd floor. So get a little exercise in, I guess. There's no elevators. So if you are not very mobile, this is not a good one for you if you want to go walk around or do anything. Public restroom not available. That's a good point. I mean, there were restaurants. Like I went to that pizza place and used it there, but I like didn't even know they had vegan options before I walked in and actually looked at the menu. So it was I would have maybe felt bad, you know. There's no grocery store here. Yeah, so like I said, give it a 5 vegan, 6 non. I gotta go. Here Emma and I are. She's excited. We haven't taken her out yet. We're at the 8-stall Terre Haute, Indiana supercharger. Good charge speeds. And once again, Meijer parking lot. So yeah, all but one supercharger that I've been to at the recording of this video has been at a Meijer, which is good. It's good. I mean, I'm getting, the further west I go, the less likely I'll be at a Meijer. So yeah, you can get vegan options over at the Meijer. You're not really going to walk across the street, probably. You can, but it's like it's a divide. You're not. You know, you probably could, but I wouldn't suggest it. There may be a crosswalk by this light, but it's a divided road. It's a huge road. It's like a highway essentially. So you wouldn't necessarily want to try to cross it. So you would have to stick with the Meijer, maybe find something at the gas station. There's no real fast food on this side of the road to go get. So you would have to maybe drive over to that Walmart, or there's a Taco Bell there. So not the best options. And in Terre Haute, I looked real quick. In Terre Haute itself, there are some pretty cool vegan options. It's like by some college towns or something. This is incredibly close to the Terre Haute, Indiana airport, which is kind of cool. You know, you never really think about how close you are to airports, but like this right here is the airport. So not bad. It's further than that Ann Arbor, Michigan supercharger. So, there's pet relief area. I'm gonna take them out. It's kind of murky. It's pretty good. It's actually a little bit warmer here. I'm getting a little bit further south and further west, and now it's actually getting a little bit warmer, which is awesome. So Emma will get to go out, and that'll be good. It does have a one pull-in supercharger. The speeds are good. I mean, I'll show it kind of ramping up. But yeah, it's not a bad one. So Meijer's close by, and that's really your only vegan option. So vegan rating 3. We'll go 3. Vegan rating 3. If the ground wasn't wet, I'd be able to skateboard around and show some more, but I don't want to ruin the bearings of my board. So yeah, for 3. And from just a regular supercharger standpoint, because everything's across the street, maybe a 3.5. Like, it's good, really close to the freeway. I'll give it a 4. I'll give it a 4 because it's really close to the freeway, and it's a really quick on and off. And I'm gonna give it a 4 for that reason. There are garbage cans. There is a bathroom. I don't see any lodging. There may be some closer to the freeway, but there's nothing where you could park here and like go sleep and then come out and be fine. Not you really want to sleep overnight at a supercharger. At least want to park next to it maybe. I mean, for how remote this one is, maybe too, that you'd want to be able to do that. So yeah, that's the rating. Another quick one. My next stop is going to be the St. Charles, Missouri supercharger, and then there's a Columbia supercharger that's actually kind of close to that one, so I don't know if I'll need to stop at the St. Charles one or not. I don't know yet, but I'm probably going to stop for the night in Missouri here, probably in that Columbia area, so I know it'll be close to supercharger. I did see some lodging there, and there's food there. So, alright, I'm going to take Em out because she needs it. And then I give her some more water. I need to, you know, relieve myself. So, alright, see you in a little bit after I charge up. Alright, it's Emma and I back again at the St. Charles, Missouri supercharger. It is a 5-stall, very close to the freeway supercharger, and in front of a place called Deerberg's. Is there a flippy? No, you can't flip on the iPhone anymore. So right there, you see it's called Deerberg's. They had all of their like vegan stuff wasn't separated like it is like at Meijer, Kroger. Sometimes they have like one cooler section that is dedicated just to having, you know, the vegan items sitting there, but that wasn't the case. They mixed them in the freezer section, everything. But what made this really cool and what made it even more of a benefit was if you go get something in the very front of this, right in there, like the front of the area of the store, right in front of the cash register, there's 3 big lotto machines that you can play, and right next to it was essentially the staff's break room, I believe, because there was a microwave there. Looked like there was a little coffee maker, which may have some hot water, which is good for a guy like me, because I brought all these tea bags with me. I don't know how I'm going to heat water necessarily unless I go to like coffee shops or whatever. But yeah, they had a really cool like sit-in dining kind of area right next to this place where they have this like school of cooking kind of thing, which was kind of cool too. So yeah, so this is an excellent vegan stop. The problem I'd say with this place more than anything is it's only 5 stalls. Like on the way here, all of them were filled, and I was getting a little nervous about it because I was running it really low. I'm really testing the range of this Model X here. Look at this girl. Oh my gosh, she's so sleepy. We just took a little walk, but yeah, the range got low, and I was like, well, I can always park nearby or whatever. But yeah, thankfully there's a Model 3 here, and there's a Model 3 on the other side of him. This Model 3 just showed up. He went on A, I'm on B, thankfully, because he may have gotten priority at that point, I guess. But yeah, so this is a great supercharger stop, very close to the freeway. And this, even though the Taco Bell's here and all that, I would go to that Deerberg's. If you were just, for a vegan, I would go there. They have, the produce section is good. I'll show you. I did like a panning spin around shot. Lots of good, just lots of good. Even like the prepared stuff. They had a salad bar too. They had a pretty good salad bar in there, which had like some pasta salads too, but they didn't list the ingredients. It was good. Like Deerberg's thumbs up. So distance, this is kind of your typical Americana, business strip mall. But anyway, yeah, from a vegan standpoint, because that Deerberg's is so good, I'd say it's a 6 from a vegan standpoint. Maybe not quite. No, it's it's just like being at a Meijer. So I'd say a 6. And if this smash burger was had like a Beyond Burger or something, I could maybe bump it up a little more. I like the Taco Bell so close. Look at that girl just waiting. But anyway, yeah, so those are my ratings. Really close to the freeway. I don't think I'm forgetting anything. If I am, I'll add it later. But yeah, trip is going well. I'm really pushing it. I'm pushing it maybe more than I should, but that's okay. I've been on the road for, at this point, you're probably getting this in the series or whatever, but if you're watching this individually, I'm in the middle of a cross-country road trip from Michigan. So this is my 4th supercharger stop. Yeah, so whatever it is. It's been a long day. I've been on the road for 11 hours now, so I got one more stop. It'll be my last stop. I'm going to charge up just enough to kind of get there here, and then I'm going to maybe find lodging or sleep with the dream case. So, all right, that's where I'm at. Gotta check in, rate this. I've been rating everything on PlugShare as well. So yeah, Emma says bye. Say bye, girl. Oh yeah, yes, she's the best. All right. Well, I've made my last supercharger stop on day 1. It is where am I? The Columbia supercharger. Emma's tired. I'm decently tired. It's how many stalls is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 stall supercharger. Is right next to a Holiday Inn. Like, no joke. Holiday Inn right there. And unfortunately, this Holiday Inn, I thought this was gonna be like perfect, but this Holiday Inn doesn't allow pets. But one down the road does, a little more in town. There's no charging there, but that's okay. So we're gonna stay there. There's a Jimmy John's across the road. This is incredibly close to the freeway. And like across the street, I saw like a gas station, some other things. There really isn't much around here. This is a bit out of town, it seems like, outside of Columbia. So, but this is my last supercharger stop for today. I'll probably come back here tomorrow and re-hit this charger up again before I leave. To head a little more in south and west, so I'm not going to go through the Colorado mountains and whatnot. I'm going to go south. So, vegan, 0 option. I mean, I guess Jimmy John's, you can, I don't know if the bread at Jimmy John's is vegan, but this is not a high quality vegan supercharger. 8 stalls though, so pretty decent, but there's no food options. There's no garbage can here. Like, even this hotel here doesn't really have a garbage can. The snow removal wasn't done very well. Like, that charger right there, you can't even get to because it's blocked by snow. So, I mean, like, they just plowed it in and just blocked that spot completely. I don't know why they did that. But, you know, the charge has been pretty good. Let me take a quick look at it to make sure. No, this is happening too a lot lately. It's like, you can't get it on this screen, but it's up here. Yeah, the charge is okay. It's not great. Nah, it's 80 kilowatts. That's pretty good, actually. So, I'm just tired. So, we're going to go. I've got some work I've got to do before bed. And I'll be back here. I'll probably finish this review tomorrow. But as it sits right now, vegan standpoint, vegan review, 3. 2, really. It's 8 stalls, and there's Jimmy John's. So there's at least a bathroom and maybe garbage within walking distance. But other than that, nothing. But, like, you know, from a supercharger standpoint, it's close to freeway. It's 8 stalls, quick charge. You know, you have lodging. I mean, this is the closest lodging I've seen so far. Jimmy John's right there. So probably 4, but like a 2, maybe really a 1, 1.5. 1.5 vegan. We'll give it a 3 regular. All right, I'm going to the hotel, and then I'll do my final thoughts for today. Ugh, yeah. This at least one was close. It's kind of hard to find at first because of the snowbanks. There's just trees behind here. You see there's the block there, but there's like some trees back here. I don't know if you can really see them, but it was tough to see. Like, I drove right by them and didn't even know. So I went into but it shares a lot of the Holiday Inn that you see. You can see it from the freeway, so that's a quick way to get it. All right, peace. It's officially the end of the first day of my Tesla road trip. There's Emma, has her own bed. We found a hotel that will take puppies, and it's a Holiday Inn, so thank you to them. Although there's a Holiday Inn right next to the supercharger here in Missouri, but they didn't allow for dogs, so they suggested this one in town a little bit, and it worked out. So yeah, so good first day. The only real issue I had, I would say, was the leaving from going to the Maumee supercharger, the first supercharger I went to. Yeah, that wasn't so pleasant. It was so slow because of the ice, and I was going so slow. Ugh. And then it said I was going to arrive at the supercharger, it was like 5% or so, and I got nervous about that. It's the first time I've ever had true range anxiety with a supercharger, with the car at all. And after that one time, though, I was crushing it. Like, it just needed that one time to get there. Now it's just a free flow. So yeah, we're staying overnight here in Missouri. We're on the road 13 hours. I forget the actual kilowatts used, but it was 13 hours, somewhere around 600 miles. And yeah, I got here and started working. I found a really cool health food store, which you probably have already seen, knowing how I piece together videos. Yeah, I worked and I'm tired. So, see where I'll end up tomorrow. I'm in Missouri, heading to California. I'm going to go southwest. I'm going to go through Oklahoma City. And when I get there, I'm going to decide maybe I'll stay in Texas or keep going a little bit west, because I have to plan it out. I got to see how far I'm really truly going to get, so yeah. But for being a first day road trip in a electric vehicle, it was pretty fantastic. I have no complaints. I autopilot. Like, I can only imagine how tired I'd be right now driving across the country by myself like this without autopilot. Like, I would do it, it'd be fine, but like, I would be way more exhausted. I wouldn't have worked. I'd be passed out already. I'm gonna be passed out soon anyway. That's just because I need to rest, So, but yeah, another cool thing about here in Missouri is there's so much snow. Like, I'm from Michigan, and they're like, we were out there, it's easily over a foot of snow out there, and it's not as cold. So that was a benefit. It was cool to see some snow. There's a big snowstorm heading in the mountains of Colorado, and in the mountains there right now, they're expecting like multiple feet of snow, like 5 or 7 feet of snow or something ridiculous. So not going that way, but I never planned on going that way. So yeah, first whole day, 5 supercharger stops. 5. One good vegan pizza. I had some lettuce and like an Amy's burrito here for dinner, and some raspberries, a little bit of juice, a little of that Suja cold pressed juice, and just good, just really good. Just getting out on the road, like it unlocks part of you in a way. I don't know. It's just something about getting out of your element and getting out and just being amongst unknown parts of your own planet changes things. I don't know, just changes the way you feel and look at things. And I'm kind of in that mindset, even when I was working, I'm talking to some of the people I work for and whatever, and it's just a different mindset on, like what you're looking for, what you're looking out for, just the different roads, different visions. I don't know. I love it though. I love it. I guess maybe that's the band member in me always wanting to tour, and maybe that's the appeal of it, was the being out in the world type of thing. So I'm gonna sign off officially for the first day here. It was a good day. This was a good day, everybody. I hope you guys also get to experience this. Even if it's not an electric vehicle, it's just a good experience getting out and traveling. It really is. It's so worth it. All right. It's time. It's time for me to go to bed. I'll watch some Frasier. Frasier is a good show, by the way. I just posted on one of the social media platforms, I forget which one, about how awesome Frasier is. It truly is